Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Creative. I am Mr. G. Pujari, working as an assistant professor in Sharan Institute of Technology, College of Engineering. In this my channel, I am teaching the subject machine drawing. So in this machine drawing, already have started the chapter study of machine element. In this study of machine element, already we have seen the introduction. Already we have seen or we have started the study of simple machine element and components. So in the previous lecture we have seen the information related with screwed fasteners, we have seen shaft coupling, we have seen the pipe joints, we have seen the riveted joint, we have seen the welded joints, bearings, and today we are going to see about the gears. If you want to information about the previous lectures, I have uploaded all the videos on my Creative channel. You will find all these recorded lectures on Creative channel. You can watch it anytime, anywhere. Okay, so today we are going to see the topic of gears. Okay friends, so today we are going to see about the gears. So why we are using gears, so what is the type of gears, so where you have heard this word, where you have heard this word gears. I think most of the youngsters are using bike, and in bike you require to change frequently the gears. So what is happening when you changing the gears? When you are changing the gears, that time the speed is changing. Okay, so we are using the gears for changing the speed. Okay, and we want to change. So why speed is changing? Because of the torque get changed. Okay, so that's why we are using the gears. So many types of applications are for industry of gears. So today we are going to learn about the gears. So in general, the gears are used to transfer motion and torque between machine components in mechanical devices. Depending on the design and construction of the gear pair employed, gears can change the direction of movement and or increase the output speed or torque. So that is the means how many what is, whether you want to increase the speed or whether you want to decrease the speed, you want to increase the torque or you want to decrease the torque. On the basis of that, proper type of gears we are going to select. Okay, and proper number of pair of gears we want to select. So gears used for, the gears are used to transfer motion and torque between machine components in mechanical devices. Depending on the design and construction of the gear pair employed, gears can change the direction of movement and or increase the output speed or torque. Now we are going to see the types of gears. Okay, so as per the design, as per the size, as per the shape, the gears can be classified by these four number of types. So actually there are again other than this also present gear types, but we are going to learn today about these four types. So first one is a spur gear, second one is the helical gear, third one is the bevel gear, and fourth one is the worm and worm wheel. So first of all we are going to see the spur gear. So in general, spur gears are a cylindrical shaped tooth component used in industrial equipment to transfer mechanical motion as well as control speed, power and torque. These simple gears are cost effective, durable, reliable and provide a positive constant speed drive to facilitate daily industrial operation. So here you will see this is a pair of spur gears. Okay, so these are the parallel shafts here we have seen, and these are the straight teeth cut on this gear, and here what is the in there is having a relation. One in between this out of the pair, one is a driving and another is a driven. So at one shaft we are going to give, or we are going to attach motor, and when motor is going to rotate one gear, that will transmit the whatever the motion to other gears. Okay, so this is a pair of spur gear. So here spur gears are straight cut gears. They consist of cylinder or disc with teeth projecting radially. The edge of each tooth is straight and aligned parallel to the axis of orientation or axis of rotation. These gears mesh together correctly only if fitted to parallel shafts. Okay, so mostly spur gears are using for the shafts those are parallel. No axial thrust is created by the tooth loads. Spur gears are excellent at moderate speeds but tend to be noisy at high speeds. So that's why at high speed they are become very noisy. So this is a general diagram of spur gear. This is a layout. Here you will see the two pairs of spur gears, and if as per the application the number of spur gears can be increased. Okay, so this is the general diagram of spur gear. So here you will see this is the inside diameter, this is a pitch diameter, this is the outside diameter, and this is a pitch. So pitch is nothing but adjacent distance between the teeth. Okay, now the application. Spur gears are generally seen as best for application that require speed reduction and torque multiplication, such as ball mills and crushing equipment. Examples of high speed application that use spur gears, despite their high noisy level, include consumer application such as washing machine and blenders. So here in consumer application in our home we are using washing machine or blenders. There already the spur gears are used. So here I have shown one industrial application. So this is a Takshima high speed wire straightening cutting machine. So in this machine, these are the spur gear mechanism we have used for feeder of wires. Okay, for this is a wire cutting machine or wire straightening machine. So this wire straightening and cutting machine, for this we require to feed the wires. Okay, and for feeding mechanism of this mechanism, for this we have used spur gear. Okay, so now we are going to see the helical gears. Helical gears are one type of cylindrical gears with slanted tooth trace compared to spur gears. They have the larger contact ratio and excel in quietness and less vibration and able to transmit large force. A pair of helical gears has the same helix angle, but the helix hand is opposite. Okay, when we are using a pair of helical gears, the helix angle both are having the same. Helical or dry fixed gears offer refinement over spur gears. The leading edges of the teeth are not parallel to the axis of rotation but are set at an angle. Since the gear is curved, this angling makes the tooth shape a segment of helix. Helical gears can be meshed in parallel or crossed orientation. The former refers to when the shafts are parallel to each other. This is the most common orientation. In the latter, the shafts are non-parallel, and in this configuration, the gears are sometimes known as skew gears. So here you will see this is the helical gear, and here having the angle. This angle is called the helix angle. This is a pair of helix gear. This is a pair of helix gear. So here I have shown animation. see how the engagement is takes place between the two helical gears. Okay, so for this engagement, whatever the helix angle for that both pair must be required the same. Now in this figure you will see this is a helical gear, and here the helix angle, this one alpha, is shown as a helix angle, and as per the helix angle change, whatever the angle of this helix will change. Okay, so on the basis of this helix angle, the angular of this will change. Now here I have shown one application of helical gearbox, reliable and robust design. Okay, so one gearbox, this helical pair of helical gears are used. So in gearbox having good application of helical pairs. Now the next one is a bevel gear. The bevel gears are power transmission components primarily used to change the direction of shaft rotation and to decrease the speeds and increase the torque between non-parallel rotating shafts. They are used on shafts with intersecting axes and in special cases on shafts whose axes do not intersect. A bevel gear is shaped like a right circular cone with most of its tip cut off. When two bevel gears mesh, their imaginary vertices must occupy the same point. The shaft axes also intersect at this point, forming an arbitrary non-straight angle between the shafts. The angle between the shafts can be anything except 0 or 180 degrees. Bevel gears with equal number of teeth and shaft axes at 90 degrees are called meter gears. Now see, this is the pairs of bevel gears. Okay, these are the pair of bevel gears. So here the angle between this shaft and this shaft is 90 degree. Okay, so we have shown here the angle between this shaft and this shaft is 90 degree. So here we can be able to change the angle can be other than 0 and 180 degree. Okay, in between these two shafts of this bevel gear. Okay, so here I have shown the general diagram about the pair of bevel gears. So here you will see this is a hub diameter of one pair, and for another pair this is a hub diameter. This is the mounting distance between two pairs. This is the pinion. This is a shaft angle. Okay, between the two pairs. So this angle can be changed. So only thing we require to keep that the angle must not be 0 or the angle must not be 180 degree. Okay, so other than this, any angle we can be able to use. So other than 0 and 180 degree, other any angle we can able to use for this bevel pair. This is a face width. This is the pitch apex of both the pair. This is the mounting distance. This is the races, and this is fillet radii we have provided here. Okay, I have shown here one example for application of bevel gear. So in mostly luxurious cars, this bevel gear is used. Okay, so here this is a one luxury car, and of this luxury car, rear axle drive of passenger car. Okay, of this rear axle, this is the rear axle drive of this passenger car, and in this have used this bevel gear pair. Okay, so So in the luxury vehicle with longitudinally oriented combustion engine and driven rear axle, this concept is used by all automobile manufacturers worldwide on luxury class vehicles. Okay, so this is in luxury cars having good application of this bevel car in rear axle drive. Now, next we are going to see the worm and worm wheel. A worm drive is a gear arrangement in which a worm, which a gear in the form of a screw, meshes with a worm gear, which is similar in appearance to spur gear. The two elements are also called the worm screw and worm wheel. So here I have shown animation. This is your worm. Okay, or all we can call it is a screw, and this is a worm gear, and it is the appearance looks like a spur gear. Okay, so this is worm gear and this is the worm. So whatever motion we are giving to this worm by motor, so whatever the motion from motor it gets to this worm, that is going to transmit to this worm gear. Okay, and then this will rotate. So this is transmission of motion from this screw worm to this spur gear. Now a worm and wheel is used anywhere where you need a very large reduction in speed. The worm is typically driven and the wheel then turns very slowly. Examples where we used them in industry, driving ash conveyors for packaged boilers. Okay, so these are the worms and worm wheels. Here you will see this is a worm wheel, this is a worm, and this is a motor. From this motor, the motion from this worm will get, and then this worm is attached with engagement of this worm wheel. That's why this worm wheel will rotate. Okay, this is motor, this worm wheel, and this is worm. So I have shown this application here. See here also shown. This is a wheel, this is worm, this is load drum, this is worm wheel. Okay, so we have transmitted here motion by using this worm and worm wheel. So I have shown here application of worm and worm wheel. I think in generally every shop is having the shutter. Okay, you have seen this everywhere, the shutter mechanism. So we want to close and open the shutter for every shop. So in this shutter, the lifting mechanism at opening and closing times, this mechanism of worm and worm wheel is used. Okay, so here this is a worm wheel and this is a worm. Okay, so whatever the motion we are going to transmit this worm, that worm is going to transmit this motion to this worm wheel, and due to this the shutter lifting mechanism will happens, and when we want to close the shutter down, that time again we will rotate this worm. So due to this again it will motion transmit to this worm wheel, and again the shutter will close. Okay, because in big shop there is shutter is a big shutter is placed there, so manually it is very difficult to open and close. So that time we are placing the lifting mechanism in this worm and worm wheel we are using in shutter, so that the operation will take place easily. So it doesn't require to use human energy. Okay, so all these things we have seen about the gears. Now just I will going to tell you about the general application of gears. The agriculture sector, in which they play a key role in carrying out mechanized tasks such as sowing or in irrigation, as well as in the tractors themselves. In the automotive field, their function is usually to act as a transmitters of forces and to regulate speed. As for naval vehicles, gears operate on fishing boats, submarine workboats, or yachts. In the generation of wind power, gear increases the speed of generators, a function that is also used by cement manufacturing industries. Roller mills are used for the transport of slabs and for wire rolling mills. Okay, so now I have completed the point of gears. I hope you have understand all the points. So I am very thankful to everyone for listening carefully this lecture. So I hope you will again visit for getting such kind of informative technical and non-technical videos to visit my creative channel. Thank you very much.